beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I'm just cleansing your space here and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I'm truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder that this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful that scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. If anyone claiming to be me asks you for money, e-gifts, donations of any kind, it is not me, okay? I do not have Facebook, PayPal, Telegram, Patreon, or any of those things, so please be mindful of who you're talking to. If anyone masquerading as me asks you for that, it's not me, okay? So let's get straight on to your quick check-in, Cancer. This is a little bonus reading for you all. In the community, we all sort of focus on general readings or love or career readings. No one really asks us how we are. So I thought I'd check in and see how you're doing, Cancer, and do a little reading just for you to see how you're navigating the energy and see if there's any advice that Spirit has got for you to navigate this time. Okay, now, interesting, just before I was meditating on your cards and they gave me 3 is the magic number, 3. So if 3 means anything to you at all, it can be many things to many people, of course, I understand that. But I thought I'd give that to you because they're giving it to me again right now. So yeah, we got the High Priestess. So that is about your intuition. You're very intuitive. We got the Star card here as well. Thank you so much. We've also got the Judgment. They want me to go one more, so I will. We got the Chariot card. Now, very strong in your reading, Cancer. You've turned up here. The Chariot card is your energy, but we got Virgo, Aquarius, and we've got the Judgment card as well. Now, you may have been thinking about a few things, overthinking at some points, okay? I just want to say also that Jupiter is in play at the moment. Now, Jupiter is the planet of good luck and plenty. Mars will have a little bit to say in your sign. Again, happy birthday for all of those Cancerians who've already had a birthday, and also happy birthday for those who have yet a birthday to come. Watch out around about the 20th of July because there's a little bit of a fiery kickback from Mars, but ultimately, it looks like Mercury is really harmonious in your chart during your birthday month. So expect some really good turnouts in the next couple of weeks. But let's see how you've been doing recently. Now, the High Priestess, this is the protagonist energy. So you may have felt a little bit clouded recently, a little bit blocked on something. And I feel like you're really trying to connect to your sort of deep wisdom, that intuition that you have. Now, being a water sign, Cancer, you're a very emotional and intuitive sign. Someone who's very nurturing. You care about a lot of people. Sometimes you overcare, okay? Now, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, but it's wonderful for you to give out all of your love and your unconditional feeling and warmth to people. Just be mindful where you're giving a little bit too much, because sometimes you can leave yourself energetically depleted. And, you know, some people around you, they don't realize they're just taking, okay? Because sometimes humans, and I speak for all of us, there's moments where we all get a little bit absorbed in ourselves with whatever problems or situations we're trying to deal with or navigate. So some people may take a little bit more of your energy than, you know, you would like, really. It may leave you a little bit sort of like lacking of energy for yourself. So just be mindful of that. Now, the High Priestess indicates you may have been worried about time. Okay, I don't often get this energy from this card, but you may have felt like time is running out on something, or you felt a little bit uncreative or blocked or stifled in a certain way. Now, this could be the last couple of months that you've been feeling like that, or the last like year, because we've been going through a pandemic. So, you know, a lot of energies that I've been transmuting in this sort of quick check-in for people is, you know, navigating a difficult time and feeling a little bit uncertain, but also feeling like because there's certain restrictions around the world at the moment in certain places, depending on where you are, you may feel like time is running out and you just don't have time to be like stifled in any way. So I totally understand you on that. But the High Priestess here indicates your crown chakra is opening. Okay, sometimes when we're having shifts in our perception or in opening our third eye or our crown chakra, which is about that deep knowing and that seeing energy, it feels very uncomfortable. But I feel like you've definitely got a real kind of gift about you for just knowing things intuitively. Now, you may have felt I just feel a bit of repression here. Now, either you're not speaking up about something, or you've been feeling like something was uncertain. You may have been dealing with a loss, because we got the Star card here. I just feel like you've been going through a real test of faith recently. A real kind of, there's been a bit of a negative time, even moments of despair here, which I feel like you're healing at this moment. So I'm sending you out a huge amount of love and a massive hug there. If I could reach through the screen and give you all a massive sort of collective hug, I really would. But I feel like it's all coming together, okay? I'm going to pull a quick card on that. Just to let you know, if you've been feeling alone recently or really down, like to the point of, as I said, the word despair, know that you're not alone. Your guides are walking with you because they're really highlighting the two wings either side. So they're indicating that you are being encompassed by your guide. Your guide is actually, this is really, so sorry, I'm just overcome. Sorry, I'm just checking in with this emotion, and it's very overwhelming. So I do apologize. I don't mean to be unprofessional by letting the emotion come towards me so much that it's overwhelming. But I'm feeling how you're feeling at the moment, which is, so your guide is just saying there's moments when you really feel alone, navigating a lot of things, spinning a lot of plates. Your guide is holding you. Okay, really, really holding you very tight. You may not be able to feel it. There may be moments when you actually do feel a warmth that you feel comes from nowhere. They're indicating that your guide is very close by. So please ask for help. I'm going help or guidance, or just a sense of calm. You may feel a warm calmness just come over you all of a sudden from nowhere. So that's an indication that your guides are with you. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on this High Priestess. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, because they're just showing me like it's almost like your heart was turned upside down in a situation. The Four of Pentacles. So it's a desire for long-term security, but something may have come your way to make you feel a little bit vulnerable. Okay, the Four of Pentacles is about holding on too tightly to something that you feel like you could lose, or you feel like you may lose. I don't feel like you're going to lose in this situation at all. I feel like you build a solid foundation. But if you've been going through a bit of a vulnerable time recently, they are indicating that they're with you. Okay, they want one more, so I'm going to give it. Thank you so much. We got the Hierophant in the reverse. So either the Hierophant in reverse is an energy of rebellion, or some sort of, either some sort of knowledge, or maybe even be secret knowledge, because the High Priestess is about secrets, or something that is repressed or kept to yourself. Perhaps maybe you know something and you just want to keep it to yourself out of privacy. But the Hierophant is often a marriage card, so you may have been going through a divorce, or may have been going through a bit of a separation with a partner. You may even have felt that fear of that your marriage was or your commitment with somebody or a situation. It doesn't have to be with love, or it can be to do with career. You may have felt like uncertain. Your desire for long-term security has in some way been shaken a little bit. Doesn't mean you're going to get, if you're in a happy marriage, of course you're going to be in a happy marriage. Doesn't mean that you're going to separate from anybody. It just means that there may have been a little bit of fear here, because there is a desire for long-term security. Now this could be in terms of a job as well. So whatever, because the Hierophant is often about your commitment to things or places, like jobs that we do long-term, or to people. So you may have felt like your commitment was tested in a certain area. That could be with a friendship, but I feel like long-term security is very important. But there's been, if you're dealing with a Virgo or an Aquarius or another Cancerian energy there, could also be Scorpio, Aries, but I'm feeling that really faintly there. So I feel like you've had a bit of a test of faith, okay? The Star card indicates healing, okay? Healing. So I feel like there is, this is the challenge position that you've really felt. So that basically means we got the Star card in reverse, which is that test of faith. That's why I feel it so strongly in your reading recently. You need to know that you're doing a really good job, Cancer. Sometimes people don't say that. They don't let us know. We're sometimes just going along on a path, trying to get the job, the bills done, make everyone happy, make ourselves happy, earn the money, do the bills, all of those things, find love, And it's a lot, plus we're navigating a massive pandemic. So the circumstances are uncertain in certain areas, but I feel like everything's going to work out in your favor, okay? The star card indicates the stars are aligning for your success, but also for hope. So success looks differently to a lot of people, okay? It doesn't mean success like you're going to win the lottery or you're going to get the job of your dreams. Success can be something as small as, waking up and breathing and feeling peaceful for the day and not overthinking something. Success in different areas look different to different people. So it depends on what your idea of success is. But the star indicates that you're aligning yourself with a lot of abundance. And sometimes just before we have a breakthrough on something, we're quite clouded or feel a little bit alone or in the dark about something, and then there's a breakthrough, an epiphany moment. The star is about illumination. It is about inspiration. So the challenge you faced really is about keeping the faith. Okay, so I feel there's a more hopeful time coming, and where you were, it's almost like where you were, you're going to be like, it's almost like you were half the person you're going to be, because right now they're indicating that you're on your way to being realized or being in the right place, the right time. The star card is you being very connected to the universe. I feel like there's a new phase of life for you. I feel like there's illumination, inspiration. If you've lost your mojo or your drive or your motivation for something, or friendships, keeping in contact with people, or going after a goal or a dream, or you felt generally a little bit meh, I feel like you're about to reconnect, okay? And it's going to be a much more brighter, more hopeful time. I also feel like if you've fallen out with anybody or there's been disputes or anything like that recently that's made you feel a little bit blocked or clouded, Cancer, they're really indicating that there's going to be healing here, and you're going to be able to move on from that and overcome the obstacles. Now, the Judgment card is the card of second chances, okay? So if you've had like problems in friendships recently or love relationships, there is an indication here that there is a chance for a second chance, I guess. You may be weighing that option up. It depends on what you want, because you are in control of your destiny to a certain degree, of course. The Chariot card indicates you're the master or the mistress of your own destiny. We make our own fate, but also there is other sort of points plotted within our world that are to come to fruition. For example, things that are meant to be are fated, but you can also change the energy according to what you want. So something can be ready for you to have right in that moment in the future, but if you decide that that's not something you want, it does get taken away and replaced with something else, just so you're aware. Time is fluid. Now, the Judgment card indicates weighing up some options. So you may found it difficult recently to find clarity, but I feel like whatever it is that has made you feel either self-doubt, just now, my whole table just kind of moved. My altar just moved, okay? Now, it hasn't moved, but I felt a tremor. Now, either whatever has happened to you recently really shook your foundations, Cancer, or as you listen to this reading, perhaps there's a little tremor, as in an earthquake. There's no earthquake here right now, but I felt a tremor. So, maybe you're even someone who has a tremor or something like that. So please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. So just please take it as it resonates. Just this moves ever so slightly. The Judgment card indicates... Sorry, they're just showing me an image of a mushroom, so I'll look at that in a moment. One moment, please. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're indicating there's going to be a couple of options opening up to you, and I feel like this is a decision point, a bit of a wake-up call to your life's purpose. They're giving me one word: fun. It's a really simple word, fun, but it comes with a lot of connotations. It's almost like you've been navigating a lot recently. Perhaps it's been difficult to find moments of fun for yourself, or maybe you feel, maybe fun is even an abbreviation for something. I'm not really sure, but they're just giving me the word fun, so please take it as it resonates. But I feel like there's a lot more fun coming on in the future after a very difficult time. Now, they're showing me mushrooms. Whenever they show me a mushroom, now you could be cooking mushrooms as you're listening to this reading. If that's you, there's something in this message for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. If it doesn't resonate for you, doesn't mean it's not your reading, just means they want that person to pay close attention to the reading. So if you're currently either eating mushrooms, or you're just cooking them, or you just bought them in the store, I don't mean if you bought some in the store last week or yesterday. Whenever you're listening to the reading, it's kind of relevant to now. It's an energy for now. But what they're indicating with the spiritual meaning of it is, even in the dark, even in the mud, even when the SHIT is hitting the fan, there's still growth that is healthy for you, okay? So they're indicating here that there's been a lot of growth in the situation, and I feel like, and they're not showing me the sort of mushroom that is, you know, poisonous. It's the sort of thing that is healthy for you. That's what they're indicating there. Now we got the Chariot, Cancer, which is your card. The Chariot card indicates action, change, a journey. I feel like you've been on a real spiritual journey recently, but I feel like you're finding your motivation again, and I feel like you're coming back to your usual self. You'll start to feel a little bit better, okay? Also, I feel like you're overcoming any obstacles or any conflict that has been going on there. The challenges that you've been going through, I feel like there's going to be a more peaceful time, okay? Now, again, this is an obvious thing to say, Cancer, because you're a water sign, but if you have the opportunity to get back to nature, and in particular water, if you get to be by a brook or a sea or an ocean or something like that, if you're lucky enough to be able to find your way safely to one of those points, you rejuvenate yourself. If you're someone who is, you know, you live in the city, you can't get out of the city, or, you know, you can't get to a place of water, then please, like, sounds of water, you know, I know it's obvious, have a bath, but, you know, also the sound of water is very calming to your nature, okay? So be mindful just to overcome any anxiety. When you're feeling moments of that, just listen to something, maybe on YouTube or something, you know, sounds of water. Very peaceful. Take 10 minutes out. You don't need to have to think about anything. Just listen to the sound. Really immerse yourself in the sound, okay, for peace of mind. That's time for you. So they're just giving me that with that card. Also, there's been a real shift for you. The solar and the lunar eclipses that we just had is bringing a real change for the positive for you, okay? Just so you're aware. Now they're showing me a peacock feather. They don't do it often, but when they do, it indicates, you know, you coming out of your shell a little bit more and recognizing your beauty, both inside and out. Okay, I feel sometimes that you put everyone else's needs before yours, Cancer, that you forget about yourself, and that you are beautiful or handsome, however you want to identify with that word. But I feel like you forget about yourself. So please, you know, remember yourself, okay? Now, the Four of Earth, we got it again. So same energy. This is the heart of the matter. A desire for security, long-term security. You've overcome a lot of obstacles to be here, and things are starting to grow again. Things are starting to look better, okay? But I feel like you've learned the hard way about security, because I feel like something has knocked you. And this could be security in terms of a job or a relationship. As I said, I'm not really here to discuss things like love or career in this particular reading. I'm here to discuss you and your foundations. So I feel like you give a lot when you offer something to a person. You have a lot to offer. You bring a lot to the table, Cancer. And I feel like sometimes you forget that, okay? I'm here to remind you, well, Spirit is reminding you through me, that you actually bring a lot, okay? And you are a very loyal and very sensitive person. Remember, your sensitivity is your superpower. Don't let anyone tell you that you're too emotional or too this or too that. You're not. You're exactly the way you're meant to be, okay? If anyone has a problem with too this, too that, they need to adjust their expectations of what they want from you, okay? You just be unapologetically yourself, okay? But I feel like desire for long-term security in relationships, in job situations, in friendships. I know that's an obvious thing to say, but it's important to you, okay? It's coming up twice. That's the second time that card's come up. What is the challenge in this situation? Can you please guide? Ten of Earth, more security. Now the challenge also, Ten of Earth is about, can be about money, okay? But it's also about family. Family could be about family business. But I feel the challenge here is about, I do get this real question mark about this card. Now, the way I've been doing these readings, I've been shuffling once, and then I've been taking from the top. So I shuffled a second time with your reading because I was invited to by Spirit, but they've now just said, and the rest I take from the top. So if you see all the other readings as well, that's the way I've been doing them. I'm not just shaking up the system for you, but they've just asked me to do that. Sorry. So back to your reading. Now, the Ten of Earth is a family commitment card. So it's almost like there's a real question mark over this about what is my purpose, okay? And because this is a challenge card, this is a good tarot by Colette Baron Reid. You only read the uprights in this deck. They're indicating here that there's been some sort of family conflict or some sort of conflict that you want to get closure on, okay? I feel like things are going to come back into unison. So if you've been going through a bit of a rough time or had a separation from somebody or something, I feel like there is reinvestment back into you and you into it. I do feel like the Ten of Pentacles indicates that whether it's a person, I feel like you will find someone who will be with you long term in terms of you'll walk into the journey of life, into retirement together, or it's almost like you're asking a question, what is the legacy that I'm leaving? Because I feel like there's a time running out. So it's almost like you're maybe asking yourself your life purpose. What is the legacy that I'm leaving? All these questions may have come up because we had the pandemic. So it's really asking us to come back to our center. So you may have been asking huge questions like, why am I here? What is my purpose? Where am I going? Where do I want to be? What do I need to do to get to where I want to be? Where have I come from? There's huge questions here with this card. Also, sometimes I feel like you've been feeling a little bit alone. Okay, because they're really highlighting this lone wolf. Now that wolf is not alone. There is a person there. Even when there's been moments where you felt you were in company, I feel like you felt really alone. Okay, so I'm sending you out a huge hug there. They are indicating here that strength, you're very strong, okay? And I feel like the conflict or the trouble that you've been having is going to come to an end here. And I feel like things are going to be good again. The Ten of Pentacles is a very auspicious sign. It is about abundance. It is about not just financial wealth, because I feel like if you've had a challenge with money financially, I feel like there's going to be a large amount of money coming your way. Money that you work for, but also, now I don't really like to talk about this, but I feel some of you Cancerians, not everybody, but if you know that someone has already passed away, then there is some sort of inheritance coming your way. That's not going to speak to everybody. If no one belonging to you that you know is very close to you has passed away, then that part of the reading is not yours. I'm not saying anybody in the future is about to pass away and leave you an inheritance. I feel like the person has already passed, and those Cancerians who are expecting an inheritance will be getting some money, okay? But in general, I feel like money is coming towards you, so easier said than done not to worry about money. Oh gosh, they said, what am I doing? What am I doing? They're right. Force a habit, normally I shuffle. But things will be on a more balanced and secure level for you. Now, what is below you? Transformation. Yeah, big changes. Ten of Water. We've got the Queen of Water. There you right are, okay? Six of Air. High Priestess. They said, this is for you. Oh, wow. I'm scrying, so I didn't see that the card had been left behind. I looked directly in the water. Which position would you like this in? Okay. And they want this with this. And they want two more in this position. Okay. Wow, 2 5s. So, let's see what's going on here. So below you, transformation, a lot of changes. There's been a lot ending for you, but I always like to say there's no real ending of something. There's only new beginnings, okay? It's much more positive mindset, but I understand that when there's change, there can be a little bit of resistance. Something felt really stagnant, and you may have found yourself a little bit obsessed in moments, wondering where your motivation has gone or your drive for something. The transformation asks you, invites you to look at where you're still passionate, okay? As you can see, this is basically the death card. This figure is blowing away all the ashes to reveal the embers and what is still glowing, what you're still passionate about, where the fire is still built. So it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. So if you've been going through a really tough time where you felt a loss of hope, inertia, or you felt really stuck, this is about rising from the ashes like a phoenix. So there's going to be good times. You've got a lot of endurance and strength about you, Cancer. So I feel like you're navigating these tough changes really well, but you may have felt a little bit emotionally anxious at times. Now, Cancer, being a water sign, I'm a Scorpio, so I understand with the water sign element. We don't particularly like change unless we're navigating it ourselves. So you may have felt that external circumstances have made you feel a little bit nervous okay? And the High Priestess in that position indicates there may have been something that's come to the surface, either a secret or something that was repressed, some sort of information that came your way that you may have even mistrusted something. You may have felt deep down you couldn't trust the situation. I feel like it's all about to change for the better, okay? The Ten of Water indicates a desire for long-term security, and you know, you're getting 2 tens here. It's unusual to get 2 tens, but I feel like emotional strength, serenity, peace, good fortune, well-being. You may have felt like this was in the past, or this is something that is in the past and that maybe those days are gone. That's not the case, okay? They're indicating here there is a more peaceful time coming for you, but yes, you got to roll with the punches, Cancer. Life, unfortunately, is about ups and downs, and we've all got to navigate that. But the Ten of Water does indicate that there will be peace, serenity, and good fortune coming your way. All will be well with the world once more, but the mindset at the moment, you may feel like happy families or happy friendships or happy working situations, you may have felt like they were the good old days because we're navigating a new world at the moment. But it will all come back into balance. Now, the Queen of Water, this is your card. This is your potential position. Now, very important, the Queen of Water, especially in this deck, is about self-love, self-care. You're a healer. You're very generous with your time, your love, and emotional security is very important to you. So whenever anybody threatens your emotional security, or you've been so good to that person and they take you for granted, it cuts you deep, Cancer, really deep. And sometimes you may close yourself down on that. I feel like you've been navigating a bit of an emotionally insecure time, whether that's you felt job security or relationship security was not in balance. I mean, or if you're looking for love, you're feeling a little bit alone, you may feel like love is not coming for you. I just feel like you're trying to it's almost like you're trying to be comfortable in your own skin, but there's moments of having self-doubt here, okay? I feel like sometimes recently I feel like, and again, I'm sending you a huge hug there, sometimes recently I feel like you've had to be your own best friend, okay? Know that I'm going to pull a card on that because I feel there's a lot of people around you who care about you a lot. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. That doesn't take into account how you feel. You could be in a room full of many, many people, and oh, they're just showing me an image. Well, I'll come to that image in a moment. The Star in reverse. So a test of faith again. So that's your challenge, okay? The challenge is to know that you have worth, that you have value, that you are enough, that you're lovable, that you have so much to offer, and that, you know, you actually have lots of people who do care about you, but you've had a real test of faith and you may have gone insular on yourself. They want me to go again. Temperance, okay? So temperance is about balance, okay? Temperance is also about harmony, okay, and that there will be emotionally more secure, more balanced time coming on in, but that is your challenge, to have faith, okay? The Temperance card is about turning one thing into another. In the Temperance card, often, as you can see, there's a figure there with 2 jugs. It's about turning situations around, turning a negative into positive. It's almost like if you get lemons, you make it into lemonade. You've got that ingenuity about yourself, but I feel like you felt a little bit tired recently because you always are the person who's trying to be resourceful and make things work. But I feel like everything will come into balance again and there will be a harmonious time. As you can see, the sun is shining in this particular card. So there will be illumination to come. Now they're showing me a little bird. It's like a little doodle bird. So if you're the sort of person who does little doodles, whenever you do doodles and it's always a little bird with little feet, there's something in this message for you. Okay, it's not going to be for everyone, of course, but if that's you, there's something in this message for you. If it does not resonate for you, doesn't mean it's not your reading, just means they want that person to pay close attention to the reading. Now, what they were showing me over here is Marilyn Monroe. Okay, Marilyn Monroe, one of the most beautiful women in the world, iconic. Okay, I'm not sure what sign she was. I don't know anything about famous people. Unfortunately, I just don't spend my time knowing things like that. But I feel like she was one of the most incredible people that actually everybody really wanted to know, but her beauty often made people feel intimidated that they could not go to them. Now, I do feel like sometimes, please don't shoot the messenger when I say this, Cancer. I just feel I'm going to be shot here. But anyway, I'm going to say it because I always I put it on the line. I'll say the truth of what comes in the energy. They're indicating, because sometimes you're very emotionally sensitive, Cancer, that you've got a guard up, okay? It's almost like you are that crab that has the armor on the outside, the hard crust, the pincers out. You don't mean to. You want to love everybody. You love, I feel like, the people who are closest to you, you love them with wild abandon. But I feel like you're in protective mode. So it's almost like if someone threatened, when you meet someone new, you may be a little bit guarded at first. You try to be more open, but sometimes there's a little bit of reserve. Now, people read that as being aloof. Okay, so I feel like sometimes people feel a little bit that's their problem, obviously, Cancer. I'm not saying you should change anything at all, okay? But they're indicating sometimes people may have said to you, you seem a little bit aloof, okay? I feel like it's like if you're meeting someone new, you kind of like reserve yourself a little bit, okay? So I feel like there's a reservedness there. So you may have felt a little bit, yeah, I don't know why they're trying to give me that, but it's almost like you don't always have to be in a protective mode, Cancer, okay? That's something I need to learn myself as well. I'm not pointing the finger at you. That's just the energy that I'm getting. I'm like this all the time. When I meet someone new, I'm kind of shut down, and I reserve I'm not judging someone. It's just that sometimes my energy, I absorb energy, and I feel like that's you also. You absorb people's energy, so you have to be in a protective measure first before you know whether the person you're dealing with is someone who has got good energy that you can vibe with, okay? So I feel like it's kind of like that. I hope that makes sense. Now, in the near future, the Six of Air says you've been going through a testing time, okay? You've been going through the ringer. You've had a bit of a rite of passage. You've gained a lot more knowledge, and greater wisdom here will pull you through. The Six of Air is often a relocation card. So either you're thinking about moving home, or really changing your world in a way that you move your job or something like that, or maybe moving into a different apartment or a different branch where you have to shake up your traveling system. This is a travel card. But also the Six of Air is a necessary sort of transition from a turbulent state into calmer waters, okay? And they want me to show you a Six of Swords in this deck, so I will. Could you please guide? Oh, thank you so much. So, as you can see, the swords are all pointed down, indicating Spirit is protecting you, okay? And you can see there's two people in that boat. And Spirit is represented by the person there. All the water here, very tumultuous, wavy water. But in the distance, there's calmer waters. So Spirit is guiding you in the near future out to calmer waters, okay? I also feel like water is very important to you, Cancer. Not just because you're a water sign, or I just feel like it's really going to help with any anxiety, okay? It gives you a breath of fresh air there. It soothes the soul for everybody, not just your sign. But I feel like there's going to be movement forward for you, okay? You also got the Chariot card. You may have just bought a new car. They're just showing me a car, okay? Sometimes they do it with the Chariot card, sometimes they don't, but they're showing me a new car. So if you just bought a new car, I feel like you're going to be able to not just travel, but I feel like you've been on a bit of a spiritual journey. Now, advice to yourself. Intuition, High Priestess, you're really connected. To have the advice to yourself and the protagonist energy match, it's something else, Cancer. So your intuition is on point. Some things are meant to be understood with the intuition and not the intellectual mind. You've got both, but sometimes you overthink a little bit. So please, trust your intuition more than the overthinking part of the brain. If it feels off, it's probably off. But if it feels like it's okay, but you're kind of like imagining the worst case scenarios, then you're not connecting to your intuition. You're actually using your mind to sort of run away with you. We all do it. We all have those moments of feeling fear. But the High Priestess indicates your intuition is on point. Okay. The Moon card, again, another card of yours. Ooh. It's about fear and illusion. Okay, the moon is illusion shedding, and anything that you felt clouded on recently, they're indicating it's all going to be highlighted. You're going to have some sort of clarity, truth will be revealed, and I feel like this brings something joyous towards you. Fear is actually an illusion. It's what keeps ourselves stuck. This is the environment, okay? When you get the moon card, it's often unnecessary fears. And Cancer, you are run by the moon in the energy pull, okay? So you may feel things like insecurity or nervousness, anxiety, not being able to sleep always occurs around about full moons, okay? Never the new moon, always the full moons. So, lunar, people, they always say to me about, lunar eclipse. Things like lunar eclipse, they bring out the crazy, the good crazy and the bad crazy within us all, because, it's not a... It's not an accident. They used to say like werewolves would come out and howl at the moon, because it's almost like it transforms our emotional state. So if you've noticed that you're a bit more sensitive around that time, just start to notice patterns, okay? Times where you may need to go, oh, okay, you know what? I need to go and listen to some sounds of water, or I need to ground myself. But also I feel like the stars are aligning to bring you something to be illuminated. You've been navigating some unseen problems, and you've been going through a transition. You've made the changes that are necessary, and I feel like there's better to come now, okay? You've been through the worst of it, I feel. Now, the hope and fear, Hierophant, is about commitments, long-term solid commitments. Also, you may have felt like recently you've been going through a space where there's a lot of rigid rules. You can't do this, you can do that, you can. You're like, I don't even know where I am anymore. You may have felt like you want to kick back, a bit of rebellion, okay? The Hierophant, you've got this card again, so it can indicate, about marriage or commitment, deepening commitments. I feel like you will be deepening commitments, and that is a hope of yours, okay? Whether you're hoping to get married or be in a committed union, I feel like there will be peace again, and the good doors are going to be opening, okay? Fear, though, is about the commitments that you make, that they do not make them halfway, that people do not meet you halfway. So you may feel like you may be giving your all to a situation, whether it is a career, love, friendships, and you're like, well, it's almost like your fear is to be just left hanging, standing there, okay, on your own. I feel like that is, they're trying to indicate with the Five of Water and the Five of Pentacles, which is to let go of the fears and change your perspective. This is the outcome. You got double five here. Now, Five of Pentacles indicates alternative, the alternative. Now, the alternative indicates here that, there's four pentacles on this side and there's only one on this one. It's unbalanced, but it's actually more fair, because this figure here is looking towards, so just give me a name, one moment, please. Okay, it's a very unique name. Maybe it's not even a name. Floella. So if your name is Floella, there's something in this message for you. Floella. Beautiful name. Never heard that before. Floella. I mean, it sounds like a wonderful dance or something, Floella. But anyway, if that's your name, or it's the name of a place or something, or an avenue or a building, please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. But yeah, what they're indicating here is invest more in yourself. Okay? It's not a selfish act to invest in yourself. Take a little bit more time for you. You can give to other people as well, but make sure it's a fair exchange before you leave yourself in lack. Okay? As you can see, there's lack of pentacles on this side. There could be a more fair, even exchange if one pentacle was over there, but there's not, okay? So just be a little bit mindful of that. Now, the Five of Earth is also, you may have been going through some sort of loss, whether that's a financial loss, or you've been going through a loss of a relationship or a friendship recently. There's a lot of worry about that. Because we got the two fives there, what they're indicating is you've learned a lot. There's a lot of pearls of wisdom right there. But the Five of Water says, change your perspective. Of course, if you're feeling feelings of loss or uncertainty, let it go, let it flow. Easier said than done, of course, but Spirit knows the plan for you. They know that there's something greater coming your way. They want me to show you a Five of Cups in this deck. For each of the readings that I've been doing for the check-ins, they've wanted me to show a Five of Cups to pretty much everybody. So I feel like it's a collective change of perspective, which indicates This person's crying or grieving over the 3 cups there that have spilt on the floor. There's nothing more, no more water in there. Water is emotions, you know. And they're basically saying there's no point in crying over spilt milk. I know it's an obvious cliche, but they're indicating if this figure just turned around and changed their perspective for a moment, there's something more emotionally fulfilling to replace whatever was lost, okay? So there's 2 cups right there, and they're indicating that they are full and they are bigger if you measure them than the ones that have already spilt. So they're indicating that there is something better for you to come, okay? Of course, let it go, let it flow, let any grief wash over you. Then it's natural for us to cry and let it all out. If we keep it in, it actually does damage to us. So, you know, let it go, let it flow there. The 7 of Air. Now, the 7 of Air, you may have felt recently a lot of times of running away, feeling like, I can't deal with this, okay? But the 7 of Air indicates you're a nonconformist. You're the sort of person who's very independent. Fiercely independent is what they're giving me there. Now they just give me the name John. John. So if your name is John or John is relevant to you in some way, there's something in this message for you. Yeah, it's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. So please take it as it resonates. But fiercely independent. You're not a people pleaser, Cancer. What's really interesting, there's a real conundrum about you. You love people. You give all of your attention to your inner circle. Not everybody gets into the inner circle, okay? But you're not a people pleaser. It's just you want to give. You're not there to please people. You're there to give because your natural state is to give. And it's okay. You are lovable without having to always give, okay? So people are not gravitating towards you just for you to give them something. They love you. There is a lot of love surrounding you, but sometimes it may feel like, you know, that you're feeling a little bit alone or unappreciated. They just give me the word, sometimes you may feel a little bit unappreciated. Know that you are very appreciated, and actually people look towards you for advice. And they look towards you because they see that you are someone who would tell the truth. You know, you've also got diplomacy as well. So you would tell the truth in a way that doesn't like cut someone completely down to the ground. But if you need to, of course, you'd rip a new one. But I don't feel like that's really in your nature. You don't really want to go to those spaces, okay? Now, the Page of Earth indicates that if you've been looking for a job, for example, there is one coming. If you found that it's been difficult, you've been feeling financially a little bit tight because it's been really difficult around the world at the moment. The Page of Earth does say that there is something coming towards you, either some sort of financial news coming towards you, investment. But also the Page of Earth indicates you've done a lot of learning. You're very curious about things and you're making investments in the right area, whether they're in friendships, whether it's in business or in love. Your intuition is allowing you, driving you to make solid investments in those areas. Now, investment does sound like financial, but it can be your time. Your time is the most important currency that we have. Your time and your love. It's the only currency that really truly matters. Unfortunately, it's not the one that drives the world. The world would be a wonderful place if it was. But they are indicating here that there is something coming your way that's actually really happy news, okay? Also, this is Capricorn energy. They're indicating you're overcoming a very rocky time, and there is growth. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, okay? So I'm just going to give you a final wisdom of the oracle before we close the reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. We've got chaos and conflict, and it's in the reverse. It's number 33. When you reduce it, 3 plus 3 is 6, the number of love. So you may have felt like loving situations or things that you did with love was all up in the air recently, or you may have felt like you've lost your love for certain things because you've been feeling a little bit alone and a little bit sort of jaded, or that you lost your motivation. But I feel like there's chaos and there's good chaos. Okay, let's see what this book says for you. You get the protection message as it's in the reverse. Okay, so it says, this is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is kind of a divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there's positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are always stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump in the mix. You'll soon discover everything you need to know about this situation and how it affects you long term. Be present in the eye of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. Okay, so as I said, I really do feel like you've been going through a bit of a test of faith, but you're going to come through it and it's all going to be okay. Okay, a lot will be revealed to you. Intuition is so important for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? Oh, wow. I closed my eyes when I picked those trinkets, Cancer, and my gosh. I mean, you can't see that. You're going to have to trust me on this one. I'm just amazed at your trinkets. You got 2 seahorses, okay? 2 seahorses. Now, oh gosh, can I get them to go on my finger so I can show you? 2 seahorses, okay? So, now seahorses are about partnership. They're about soulmate energy. So if you've been going through a test of faith in a relationship or friendships, they're indicating that, there's soulmate energy here. There's long-term commitment. So again, seahorses, they partner up for life. So it's interesting, you get 2 trinkets that are about commitment, solid commitments and security. So they're indicating there's more secure energy coming your way. Also, they're water, they connect to the water elements. So your emotional security is very important. If you're looking for love, you will be finding someone who leads to a long-term commitment and security. If you're looking for something more fulfilling in terms of job commitment and security, there's something coming that's long-term, because these trinkets talk about long-term, okay? Follow your intuition. It will lead you to where you need to go. It'll lead you to the right soul tribe, the right partners in business or in love. Where would you like this? They want it on the Chariot card. Now the Chariot card is about victory. It's about success. It's about movement forward. It's so unusual to get those 2 trinkets together, Cancer. So pay close attention to your reading. It looks like everything will balance itself out. I mean, to get a mirror image pretty much indicates there's going to be symmetrical energy. Everything's going to balance itself out for you. I'll leave it there, my beautiful Cancerians. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, sorry, they just gave me the name Ron. Ron, so if your name is Ron, there's something in this message for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. Also, they're showing me someone eating an orange. So if you're eating an orange as you're listening to this reading, again, there's something in this message for you. I mean, if you're not, it could mean look at your vitamin C intake, so please take it as it resonates. It's totally up to you. Yeah, so I hope something resonates in this reading. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.